Hi Capricorn, this is your forecast for the month of June 2017. This is a general reading for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Rising, or Capricorn Moon. If you have a different rising or moon sign, you might find watching those videos helpful or more informative for you. You can watch your reading in 3 different ways: the full extended monthly, or for just the energy influence, watch the brief. Or if you prefer, watch the weekly for the upcoming week. Weeklies also make it easy for you to review information you may have forgotten in the full reading. Please remember that these are general readings, and so they may not apply to everyone. If you would like a reading that is specific to you, please visit my website at thealchemistastrologer.com, and I invite you to follow me on Facebook, Google+, and Instagram. Please also check out my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/on-demand/finding-love for monthly love readings. So Capricorn, this could very well be you, or perhaps another earth sign, another Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus. Whoever this is someone who's very grounded, very practical. They tend to have a stabilizing effect on other people. This is somebody who is very capable of multitasking. They can, pursue a career as well as raise a family. So this could be a week where working hard, traditional family values, growing something, whether that's a business, an extension to your family, or whether that's growing simply a garden, anything that where you can see the results, tangible results of something. Now, whoever this is, it's likely that they're probably very set in their ways. They don't want to go back and forth with a lot of banter about, you playing devil's advocate. Well, what if this? What if this? Because usually they want to take the initiative, and they don't want to be overpowered with your opinions, your actions, or your words. Because this person is such a hard worker, they're not very tolerant of those who don't put in that hard effort. They don't look kindly on laziness, and they're very straightforward. And so there's an ability to read the emotions of other people. They're very loyal, they're devoted, and they're discriminating in their choice of a partner. So they're very aware of protecting their privacy. So this is not somebody that, if you're dating, this is going to be a one-night stand. This is somebody that's going to want to get to know you. Again, this could be a week that focuses on business, being an organizer, getting your finances in order, because this person has good business acumen. They know how to manage money. But at the same time, they're very down to earth. This is somebody that is a helpful friend to you. And this person is very concerned with the people around them and what their welfare is. So for many of you, this is going to be a week where if you're involved in some type of a pursuit or a connection, a relationship, this is the week where you feel good about something because you feel as if you're on point with reading the other person, and now you want to take something to the next level. Or if what you discovered didn't meet your standards, you're ready to start over with somebody totally new. So for many of you, if there's something that you want, it's going to be easy for you to pursue it. If you need to garner someone's attention, you're going to have it. Now, in the negative, this is somebody who is not taking care of business. I mean, they're letting things go, themselves, the house, their business. There's some instability, some insecurity, and this person is operating on fear. They may be a taker. This could be somebody that's taking, but they're not giving anything. or they're neglecting their responsibilities or being too extravagant, not using their common sense, and feeling as if they're entitled in some way. So if that's the case, you may be involved in a struggle with power or some financial issues. There could be, some disappointments that are repeating themselves again, likely because of either fiscal recklessness or maybe you're connecting to people that aren't the best for you in some way. So because this queen loves to manage, she sometimes can overmanage. She's good at running business and running other people as well. And so sometimes she tries to run the lives of her partners, her spouse, her children. And if that's the case, and if that's you could be taking something upon yourself and speaking for somebody else without consulting them. You're making decisions without getting the go-ahead or their opinion or their advice. And so if that's the case, there could be a difference of opinion that leads to some type of conflict. But this is going to be a week where you're going to want to get some bottom line answers about something. So you're going to want to make a decision. So you may be gathering some information, some facts that connect to your finances, your domestic affairs, your sense of security, and trying to make a decision regarding that. Now, the second week, you have this Eight of Wands. So things are happening very quickly. Things are coming to a head. And it could be that anything that was blocking you previously is now removed. You're allowed to move forward. So there's some opportunities that could be arriving. And something that you wanted to manifest could be showing up for you. So this is a week where you're going full steam ahead. There could be some new ideas, maybe a job offer, maybe you're doing something for business, maybe you're traveling for business. Some of you will be traveling. This is an air travel card. But it's all about being direct, communicating. And so this is a week, because things are moving so quickly, you can expect the unexpected in yourself, in other people, in situations. This is a week where, regardless of how meticulous your plans, nothing is going to follow that prescribed pattern. Things are going to go in another direction, down a side road. So even if you think you're on top of it, if you were that Queen of Pentacles, like totally managing all the details and trying to dot every I and cross every T, whether by your choice or by some necessity, you're going to have to step back from a situation and refocus, because something is off. Something unexpected is causing you to have to move more quickly than you were expecting to. You're having to jump into the flow of things to either finish something, maybe meet a deadline, or try to salvage something, or even get something started because of some new information, some new plans. Now, this could be a week where you actually, if you're very organized, using that Queen of Pentacles skills, you might end up getting a whole lot done in less time than you were expecting. You may be ahead of the curve. And this is going to be a week where you can very quickly make good decisions. For others of you, though, if you haven't been on top of things, you've been letting things go, you've been irresponsible, not attending to matters when you should, you may be playing a catch-up game where things are running over you and you're trying to, get in the groove. So you're trying to simply digest what is happening to you. So whatever it is, things are going, very quickly and more quickly than you were even prepared to deal with. And this is a week for you to get on board and try to take the bull by the horns, for you to try to create the outcome that you want, rather than allowing things to rush forward and create an outcome for you. It could be that you're dealing with some pushy people. Again, if that Queen of Pentacles was over managing, maybe somebody is pushing you, or maybe you're resenting being pushed by someone else. But this is also a card about falling in love. And again, remember, the Queen is taking her time. She's taking it all in. She wants to know that she's suited to her partner, that what they have to offer is worthy of her. So this could be a week where you're focused on giving and receiving love. Now, this could be, in whatever capacity, romantic, family, maybe you're even loving yourself, loving your pursuit, loving an endeavor. But this is about opening your heart to some new possibilities and possibly consider bringing love into your life. For some of you, you may have been so focused on making that money, setting up that financial foundation, and you've given very little thought to your love life. Well, this may be the time where you are required, for whatever reason, to make a decision about that. Now, the third week, you have this Four of Pentacles. So you're holding back on something. Either you're holding back or you're trying to hold on to something, maybe a little bit too tightly, because this is all about being possessive, being territorial, being materialistic. So you may be very focused this week on your financial security, what you own. If this is a love thing, you may be protecting your heart. Maybe you want a guarantee. Maybe you've been hurt before and you don't want to go through that again. For some of you, because of that, you just can't relax. You can't let go. Now, for many of you, though, this is about control issues, about your investments, about hoarding something, about trying to protect what you think is yours. So there could be any number of connections to people related to wealth. Maybe a wealthy person, maybe a financial institution, could be a bank. Whatever it is, you're being very cautious, and again, maybe overly cautious about something. On the positive, maybe you're trying to focus on business and things are happening very quickly. There's something to do with business and you're having to adjust and accommodate that. But for others of you, this is in the negative. This card is very miserly. There's an unwarranted fear of poverty, or perhaps it is warranted. You could have some problems with your budget. If that Queen was not managing properly, there could be a lack of financial security due to some poor fiscal management, where maybe you leave some money on the table. Maybe you don't get paid for the services that you give, or you're being wasteful and doing some unnecessary spending. But there could just be a lack of fulfillment. Whatever it is, you may be feeling a sense of burden this week because either you're pushing too hard, or you're trying to avoid a situation, or you're trying to accomplish something. So you are looking at the way you spend your resources, whatever those are, your time, your money, your talents, your emotions, and whether it's worth it, whether you're putting it in, investing it wisely, and whether you're getting a return on it. So for some of you, you've gotten some kind of a communication. It could be job or whatever, and this is a good week for you to explore that. New possibilities, things that could bring you more money, better employment, a new job. And it's also, a week for you to be real, for you to use your common sense, for you to be practical, because that's going to allow you to see people for who and what they are, for you to accurately judge situations, and ultimately bring you in closer connection to the people and the things that you care about. Now, for some of you, again, we have going back to the Queen. Maybe she wasn't managing things properly. The second week we had something overwhelming, something that we didn't expect, that we're just simply trying to digest. And this week the issue could be that there's some problems, and maybe they're not necessarily yours, but you're taking it upon yourself because that's what the circumstance calls for. So some of you, maybe you're having to care for another person, or maybe you're dealing with some issues on the job that create a problem for you, something unexpected, or perhaps something of your own, some emotional issue or a medical setback that you have to deal with. So in the positive, again, this is cautiously exploring new possibilities that would give you a sense of security financially or emotionally and offer you some renewal. So you may have a new beginning, or something may be revitalized. If this is a health issue, because the Queen of Pentacles also focuses on health, you may be focused on healing this week. Now, if you are pessimistic about a situation, if you are being selfish, miserly, thinking only of your own needs, you're self-absorbed, you're not going to be able to see things clearly. Your objectivity will be lacking, and you're going to blow things out of proportion, and you're going to be lacking in perspective. And this is saying this is a week for you to try to be positive, to not have a scarcity mentality. And again, to look closely at where you are spending your resources in order to avoid any wastefulness. Ultimately, you may decide that something that you're trying to keep or hold on to or maintain comes with a very high price tag, and when you crunch the numbers, it's simply not worth it. Now, the last week you have new energy with regard to thinking or communication. You may be doing some research. Maybe you're researching your investments. You're trying to find something out, or maybe somebody is prying into your affairs in order to try to find something out. And as a result, you may feel some type of defensive, you may be kind of defensive or guarded about that. Some of you, maybe you're getting some professional advice regarding your investments or your property. Some of you, maybe you're traveling for business. But others of you are dealing with negotiation, arbitration. You're trying to solve some type of dispute, and maybe you're angry about something, but in the positive, this is a resolution that comes from being rational, being dispassionate, and being objective. So you may have some bright ideas. You might be mentally very quick and clever this week with regard to business, with regard to the way that you communicate. Maybe you're in a business that requires action or troubleshooting, or you need that. Now, for some of you, getting back to having to pick up the slack for others, you may be dealing with an immature person, somebody who thinks they know it all, somebody that is prone to argue. And so you could be dealing with some rumors, some trouble. Maybe there's some secrets that have come out, and that's what was unexpected. It could be trouble with the law, or some legal situations, or a betrayal of some sort. And if you were facing a medical issue, maybe surgery is what is in focus. Whatever it is, there's an investigation on someone's part. If this is a love thing, could be a rival. In the negative, this is, somebody who is possibly somebody gossiping. Now, remember the Queen of Pentacles at the beginning of the month, she can speak without turn. So, maybe somebody saying the wrong thing, or maybe there's somebody who is being very unpredictable or underhanded, or working in an undercover kind of way. Somebody that's untrustworthy. In the positive, this is, meeting someone new. Now, you may be making some new business contacts, or whatever kind of contacts, and maybe you're trying to protect your heart. Maybe there's someone new. Whatever it is, there's the possibility for you this week to meet someone new or get closer to somebody, depending on your dialogue. So you could be coming together with somebody and really having a deep understanding, a breakthrough of sorts, some clarification, and it may even come through laughter, humor, sarcasm. that ultimately is the catalyst to bring you closer together. But for others of you, something is going on and you're looking at somebody and thinking, I never saw that before, and I'm not sure that I like that, or that I want that, or that I want that to be a part of my life. Again, in the positive, this could be some intellectual pursuit, getting down to something, trying to figure something out, trying to solve a problem. And your imagination could be important in coming up with some creative solution, where you open yourself up to possibilities, you let your creativity loose, there's a sense of playfulness, and you want to get something going. For others of you, there's just a lot of wheel spinning, and you're doing a lot of fantasy, but you're not really taking any action. Now, the underlying energy is the Judgment card. This is a major card, so this month holds some importance to it. You have reached some kind of milestone where something is ending and you're beginning something else, and you're looking at that and assessing it. You're looking at its worth. Remember, the Four of Pentacles is saying you're looking at where you're spending your time, your energy, your money, your emotions, and seeing whether you're getting a return on that. Now, for some of you, something is unexpected, or something is happening quickly. You're changing direction. Maybe you're moving on to a new life. There's some new opportunities. Maybe you're getting a new job, or you're changing your position. There's the end of some type of situation, and possibly there was a requirement for you to do something, some call to action, something that perhaps resurrected something from the past. For many of you, this is going to be a month where you're looking at self-appraisal, self-improvement. You're trying to regenerate in some way. That could be through the means of healing, or, making some necessary changes, taking the steps to make some kind of important choice. Whatever it is, you want to have a clean slate. Some of you, this is going to involve, again, arbitrators, maybe judges, lawyers, maybe you're involved in a lawsuit, or maybe you're just simply making some major life changes. If you're on board, this is a time for you to have a clean slate, make some, go in some new directions. If not, these could be some unwelcome endings or some unwanted major life changes, which is why you may be angry at the end of the month. Whatever it is, you are questioning what you're doing. Why are you doing it? Did you really mean to do it? Was that the right thing to do? Should you have done something differently? And there are going to be a lot of issues that are seeking resolution, things that you thought were taken care of, but now they're resurfacing. So something is going to happen, and maybe you weren't expecting it, that's going to force you to make a decision or face some truth or fact that perhaps you really wanted to avoid. So in spite of this new information, these new developments, it may very well work in your favor, though you may not immediately recognize that. This could be for the betterment of your situation, although you don't see it. Whatever it is, it's going to give you a chance to do better. For you to, if you were headed down the wrong road, you're going to find out now, and you're going to have the ability to pull back. So it's going to create a chance for you to correct a mistake or stop you from making a bigger mistake. Now, this could be because something is illuminated for you, something comes to light, and there could be the role of giving advice or getting advice, and again, solving a problem or initiating something, or knowing that you need to step up and take a leadership role. Communication, again, is going to be very important, and you're going to be able to clear the air without creating more confusion. And if you have a meeting of the minds, maybe you're trying to figure something out and you come up with a solution, then you may be cleared of something, some accusation or some it could be a way to turn something around. Something that was a negative situation, you can turn it around this month and make it work for you. But it's going to require effort. You're going to have to be patient about a situation. And for some of you, this is not an overnight situation. It's gonna take longer. But if you don't make that attempt, you're gonna stay in limbo with your situation. So this is going to be a month where there's so many things to address and attend to. This is a very detail-oriented month where you're having to take care of one thing after another. And if you feel like, here we go again, I'm starting all over, it's probably because you didn't get it the first time. So this is about paying attention, getting that illumination in order to not have to go back to the drawing board. And also not putting things off, because for some of you, trying to hold tight and not rock the boat or keep the status quo is going to work against you. This is a month where you're probably going to have to take some kind of action, and just putting it off and procrastinating is going to make you feel like you're encountering bad luck. This is also about, remaining objective, being able to sort out your feelings from the facts so that you can make a good judgment, so that you can make good decisions instead of wrong choices. And because this is a card about judgment, some of you, maybe you are seeking that new job. Maybe you're getting an interview, or you're doing some type of an assessment of something. Maybe your property, maybe a business pursuit, maybe your finances, maybe a relationship. Whatever it is, there's judgment going on. And maybe you're judging other people, and maybe you're blaming other people for their mistakes without really acknowledging your own. You could also be judged this month for whatever reason. Now, this is going to be a month of challenging developments where, again, you're going to have the opportunity to tie up some loose ends that you were trying to turn and look the other way about. They're here, and it's time for a resolution. In the process, though, you're going to gain some wisdom, some better understanding about yourself, about other people, and you're looking at your partnerships. How attached are you to a situation, a person, an idea? Or is this something that now you look at it, it's no longer pleasing? You're even questioning why you were a participant in the first place. So this is going to be a month where you're looking at your partnerships and how attached you are. Am I getting what I'm putting in? Am I getting out what I'm putting in? You're weighing your options. You're looking at what is best for you. And again, you could be going over a whole gamut of situations in your life. For some of you, you've gotten clear about being objective. In fact, there's very little emotion for you with regard to a situation. It's cut and dry for you. You want those bottom line answers. You can cut all of the frills. Just give me the bottom line. And for you, logic is going to rule the day. Now, you could find yourself in situations where you have maybe sort of a generational gap where one group is saying, hey, get with the program. This is how you should be doing things. You're lagging behind the times. There could be something where you're trying to create a base of customers, a base of audience, a base of followers, and you're getting off to this great start for some new venture, some idea, some project. Maybe it's a very motivational kind of project. Maybe it has to do with trying to help other people. And for some of you, maybe this is something, even a niche. Not everybody would be interested in it, but once you get your base, this is going to be something that particular group becomes very passionate about. It could be something involved with courses that you're working on, activities that are, designed to increase your confidence, improve your skills, help you move forward in your professional pursuits. But On the other hand, there could be some self-sabotage going on. You have what it takes to move forward, and yet at some point you may be double talking, you may be questioning yourself, and ultimately you may talk yourself out of moving forward. For you this month, there's definite movement, there's definite progress, but given your mindset, there's a question as to just how long this progress is going to last. All right, Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know with your kind comments, and don't forget to subscribe. I look forward to speaking with you next month.